Hello everybody, welcome back. As you may have remember, yesterday I put in these windows here. So, as I showed you how to do that and make the components for them, today I decided I'll show you to finish this facade here, finish this exterior finish. So, to make it look back from the shell to this. Remember, this is my goal here. Because the house looks finished from this angle. I want to do the same over here. So that's what I'll be showing you today. Let's begin. Let me see. Okay, I'm on the right layers. And I guess if you're not on the right layers, you can actually, move things from one layer to another. So that's what I do sometimes. Because I get careless with my layers. So here, I'll just continue this under eave trim. And then I'll color it in. It's looking better already. And then make the trim around the walls. Because a house, usually a frame house, does have some sort of trim. What am I doing? Oh yes, here we are. Darn it. There we are. I don't understand, it's acting on me right now. Then just do it on this side. Like so. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Let's do something out like that. Oh, I know I'm not on the right layer, but I'll show you how to move things from one layer to the next. Because this is just a finish in the roof. And yeah, to go that extra mile, I'll do this. So it gives that sort of that finished look to it. And as you will see whenever I take the layers off, it's an easy fix. What you'll do is you'll select it, right click into the info as you see, layer 0. You want to put it on whatever layer that piece is on. Like for example, that was a second floor layer, so as you can see, like I don't turn this on and it doesn't look terrible. Then for lines like this, I'm going to hide. So because I don't need it visible. It looks crazy when it's visible, but you actually need it when you turn the layers off. So that's what happens. Then you see how the house is already looking better. Now I'm going to finish these eaves here. What am I doing here? Oh yes. Try a roof layer here. I wonder how much with the hay. Sometimes I like to copy these lines so I don't have to remeasure them. And I mean, you want to be consistent with the model, so with your design. Otherwise, it's going to look silly. And that's usually what I try to avoid. So as you see here, I'm just doing a lot of construction lines and erasing and whatnot. Just doing some quick measurements to make sure my things are right, are correct, because if it's the wrong size, obviously it's gonna mess everything up. So I try to avoid the wrong sizes. So I do a double measurement, make sure, I mean, can't be too careful. 1'6". So you can see that dotted green line there. Sorry about that. Notice how I'm not doing too much talking in this video. I'm just doing. Making this the color I want it. Thinking what I want to do next. Alright. Take this, copy it over. And put this in place. So, boom, boom. Again, if it is uneven, it will look very off. And that's not, and you don't want that. You don't want it to look off under any circumstances. It's just crazy. And again, notice how I just keep making and creating and deleting construction lines. Notice how I'm just doing that all the way pretty much. At the same time, just doing a lot of reconstruction. That didn't work out. And like I said in the previous videos, that this program is pretty much trial, or any type of design is trial and error. So I'm finding things and I'm losing things, but that's perfectly okay. So I mean, as long as you keep with it, because there are some people who get frustrated and give up. I try not to be one of those people. Believe it or not, they suck. Okay, you know, maybe depends on the situation, I guess. But you know, it's best to keep trying until you really can't, until you're really positive that you can't get it. I mean, giving up should be always a very last resort. Unfortunately for some, it is not a last resort, because they know they got some potential in them, and they just, well, they just pretty much leave, not knowing their own potential. Well, I mean, refusing to acknowledge their own potential, which is sad, because they could actually have a lot. And that's what sucks. It's sort of them being selfish. Sorry. And again, notice how I just keep toggling from layer bar. Sorry. Can't talk today. Jesus. Alright. So, you see, that doesn't look bad at all, does it? And as you can see here, I'm just following the patterns of the rest of the house. So that's why you see I don't always talk, I just do. It's looking better already. Starting to actually look like a house. But now I want to do a window finish. And I'll make it where it's almost where it's like component. So then I can get this done quickly. This is how I make fancy windows. Well, I don't know if they're actually fancy, but fancier than just trim. Want to verify. Yep. So I'll bring this up one. And I'll just do that when I'm Don't feel you're always confined to certain measurements. You can put whatever pretty much measurements you want, just as long as it's practical. I mean, because obviously when you extrude a window or something, obviously it's not going to be 16 feet. I mean, it's probably, you know, just going to be out at most a couple inches. Like as I'm doing here. I mean, that would actually be pretty weird. That's like half the length of this house. I want to be sure about this. So there we have a double hung window and a frame. What we'll do now is we'll make this window frame a copy. So temporarily, just erasing some things. Even though I believe there was a better way, but I'm still looking. Still on the roof layer, dagnabbit. Make a group. Because sometimes, you know, you don't always need it as a component, so you'll just make a group to make it easier. Especially if you're absolutely, positively, no doubt about it, as sure as you'll ever be in your life, I'd use it. This one's a little off, so I'm going to fix that in just a second. Now, as I stated in another video, is that I did some off-camera work. So, not everything, I put in a couple more windows in that time, but all it was just a repeat of things, so I decided to keep that out. Sometimes whenever you do components, though, you have to deal with this where you have to cut pieces out again. It gets annoying. But what can you say? Just doing some editing here. And that's my phone going off. Looks like it's my buddy. Well, I'm almost done with this video anyway, so I'll call him back. Call him back just as soon as I can. And there we are. That is this video. An exterior finish. Look at how immaculate it is. And it looks this looks somewhat like that. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, bye.